Content is for educational purposes only. This is not investment advice from Bullionite LLC. There is always risk for substantial losses in investing and or trading through any financial instrument with or without this or any other type of advertised product. Past performances are not indicative of future results. Different types of investments involve varying degrees of risk. Specific strategies or education presented by Bullionite LLC and its associates in this video are for educational purposes only.
Hello. Today, another concept that I wanted to cover is the concept which our philosophy of Bullionite is pretty much built on, right? Now, obviously, if you look at our company and if you look at our logo, you'll see how I say that success is relentless, right? That's a motto for us as traders and in my life, that success is relentless. And I'm going to explain that to you later, how that plays into our trading philosophy, right? But then the overriding philosophy of why I trade and why the people that I'm associated with love trading so much is because of this concept that I believe in, and that is that trading is the ultimate definition of creating money. Okay, and I know I've said this many times in different formats, and I guest lecture at UCLA Extension and at UCLA, where I teach this concept about trading, and I guest lecture on alternative investments and trading. And a lot of people ask me, well, how do I become a good trader, or what are the things that I have to do? And in the beginning of the class, I always mention to them that trading is not about looking at prices and what markets and doing research and all that. That obviously is part of it. But the first stage of trading is understanding your human condition, who you are as a human being. And the knowledge, the self-awareness you have about yourself will make you a great profitable trader, right? And how that concept ties in with my statement of creating money versus earning money is very, very important. Because you have to understand something, that trading is in any form of the word, to me, it means creating money, not earning money, okay? And why am I so passionate about trading? Because you can wake up in the morning, how early sometimes, I wake up at 3:30, 4 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, because of the markets I trade, right? Or however early you wake up. When you wake up in the morning, and because of the chemicals that fire in your brain and the neurons and and everything that fire, by looking at a particular market, by looking at a certain chart, because of those thoughts, if by clicking on certain buttons, if you end up making money, that is the very definition of creating money. Do you understand that? It's such a beautiful process because no one can hold you back. And there's no rules to that, right? Like that process. Like you have rules for your trading process, but nobody can limit you, okay? And that's why I love trading so much. So I want you all to understand that trading is the actual creation of money. You're creating money. Now, when it comes to creating money, you have to realize that the rules of the game are completely different to everything that we have been taught, or how we grew up, or what family values we come from, or our social and cultural backgrounds that we come from, okay? Because a lot of that training that we get from our families, what they teach us when we're young, like I come from like a social and cultural background that teaches you certain things about money, that makes you feel like, that sometimes making a lot of money is not the best thing in the world when you're growing up. But what you need to understand is it's a skewed sense of money that is fed to you from the beginning, that you need to learn how to get out of those shackles if you want to trade really well and you want to trade to be a profitable trader. and you want to make a difference in your wealth, right? So the rules of the game, like what you're taught at school, what you're taught, when you were growing up, everything will make you who you are today. But you have to understand, in order to trade and be an effective trader, you have to change those rules. You have to change the perceptions you have about money. And that's why you have to internalize this concept that creating money versus earning money is very, very different. Okay? And the first thing that I want you to realize is when it comes to creating money, you have to develop this mindset of first understanding the markets. And what do I mean by that? The markets are limitless in their capacity. Okay? And what I mean by that is the markets can make billions of dollars, sometimes amounts that you can't fathom. Okay? So why is it that we continue to limit ourselves in the type of returns that we want or that we want to get from the market? Like some people say, oh, if I make 10% a year, or if I make 5% in a trade, that's all I need and I want to get out. That is the wrong way to approach this beautiful field, this beautiful arena, because the markets are limitless. So you have to develop a sense of limitlessness in yourself. And I'm going to explain this to you, right? Because, for example, let's say, again, a potential scenario. Let's say you make $10,000 in a week from a trade. How does that make you feel? Let's say you made $100,000 a month in a trade, like in 1 month in a trade. How would that make you feel? And what are the actions you take when that happens? Lots of people tell me, oh my God, that's a lot of money and I have to get out of the market. Or, oh my God, that's so much that it's more than I've made in a year or 2 years and I should take profit. If the price action is telling you that you should take profit, yes. But don't take profit because you have now quantified your money. See, that's a very important principle. If you want to become a great trader and you want to be profitable and make lots of money in the markets, don't quantify money. All of our lives, our families, our education systems, the people around us, unbeknownst to them, sometimes unintentionally, they teach you how to quantify money. If you begin to quantify money, you can never get the great rewards from the market. Okay, so that's a very important concept in developing your mind and your personal awareness to attract the large amounts of returns that you want from the market. Because remember what you're doing, you're creating money, you're not earning. So creation has no limits, okay? So you can continue to create. And later on we'll discuss in other videos on what stresses actually come into play when you're creating money and how to control those stresses and how to manage those stresses. Okay, that's the better word, not control, but how to manage those stresses. And we'll deal with that. The last thing that I want to say to you here with the concept of creating money versus earning money is to remember this. This is very, very important. The market will always be right. And I know it's a crazy concept, okay, to say the market will always be right. What do I mean by that? It's very simple. In order to make great returns, you cannot have an ego. You can't have a need to be right or wrong. You have to understand that the market will always be right, and you have to humbly listen to the market. Put your arrogance aside, your stubbornness aside, your inner need to be right and wrong. Put all that aside and just listen to the market, because the market will tell you exactly what you have to do, like neon signs in Vegas. Like neon signs in Vegas, the market will tell you, hey, get out, get out, get out. Hey, get in, get in, get in. Hey, take profit now. The market will tell you. It's your goal to continue to develop yourself to listen to the market and not want to be right personally for your ego's sake. Okay, and we'll deal with that as well in other videos. But this is just a small introduction into why I believe that trading is such a beautiful career and a beautiful way to make money. And the actual part of it is creating money. And this is part of our feeling when it comes to creating money. Okay? All right. So I'll see you next time in our next videos. Bye-bye now.